Rovers game on the 2nd of May was an all-ticket affair. Many Charlton fans had to be content to watch the match beamed live by satellite to giant video screens at Erith Sports Centre. From Twerton Park, here's Steve Dixon again.
As we're talking now, the teams are, of course, out onto the pitch, and we'll run through the two sides for you. We'll start with the visitors this afternoon, which of course is Charlton, and in goal as always, number 1 is Bob Boulder. Number 2 for Charlton, young right back, is Darren Pitcher. Number 3 for Charlton, a change to the programme for those of you that bought a programme down at Erith, it's Anthony Barness at number 3 for Charlton. Number 4 today for Charlton, Alan Pardew. Number 5, the player of the year and captain, Simon Webster. 6 today is Stewart Balmer. At number 7 for Charlton, Robert Lee. Wearing the number 8 shirt, John Bumstead. 9 for Charlton is David Whyte. 10 for Charlton is Gary Nelson. And 11 is Colin Walsh. The substitutes today for the Addicts, number 12, Steve Gatting, and number 14, Scott Minto. So obviously Scott reasonably fit, if not fully fit. Now let's look at the home side this afternoon. Bristol Rovers in goal for Rovers. The man who's just been named as the Junior Pirates Player of the Year. That's Brian Parkin, the former Crystal Palace goalkeeper. 2 is Ian Alexander. Number 3 for Rovers, and playing in a central defensive position is Billy Clark. Number 4, the captain, is Steve Yates. Number 5, but playing at left back, will be Lee Maddison. 6 for Rovers is Justin Skinner. At number 7, David Mehew. 8 for Rovers is Andy Reece. And number 9 for Rovers, the danger man, is John Taylor. 10 for Rovers, Marcus Stewart. And at number 11 on the left-hand side will be Tony Pounder. The 2 Bristol Rovers substitutes this afternoon. At 12 is Bob Bloomer, and number 14 is Marcus Browning. So Charlton get underway, kicking from right to left here at Twerton Park. Red shirts, black shorts and red socks. Bristol Rovers in their famous blue and white quartered shirts, white shorts and blue socks. It's an early touch for Brian Parkin in the Rovers goal. So it's Andy Reece with the corner for Bristol Rovers. It's a good jump there, and Mehew's in, Boulder with a punch. But Martin Bodenham had whistled, not quite sure why. In fact, there's a flag up right next to the corner flag, so that's offside, so Charlton can breathe again. Barmer with the touch off. Now Barness has got one touch to get it down the line. And this is Whyte. It's all a bit casual out there at the moment. Walsh down the line for Nelson. Nelson's in, he's onside. There's no one in support for Gary Nelson. He's holding the ball up, he's whipped it across the face of the goal. Robert Lee can keep it in, and has done so. Bumstead in support for Lee. Darren Pitcher making tracks now. Here's Pitcher. David Whyte at the far post, if Darren Pitcher can find him, but he's made the space for a shot. And it's been blocked and cleared by Rovers. Balmer gets up and gets it back into the danger area. And it's run clear now. Robert Lee with a chance. Robert Lee with a shot and a fine save by Brian Parkin. And that's the first real opportunity of the match for Charlton, and they came so close to taking it. And David Whyte giving chase here. And can he get in? Oh, there's a problem there. And Walsh has got it, and now Nelson with a chance for Charlton. Can he do it? Oh, that's so close. Clark got the challenge in. Nelson can't believe his luck. Colin Walsh holds his head in his hands. And that's a corner. Charlton coming very close to taking the lead there, Colin.
Yeah, the first thing, Steve, I mean, it looked bordering on a penalty. The keeper didn't make any contact with the ball, bundled David Whyte down, but that's what he was talking about, Gary Nelson. I'm sure if that fallen to Robert Lee, he'd have scored.
Webster with the header. There's a chance now. Oh, it's a good save by Bob Boulder. The drive by Andy Reece. That's a fine save by Bob Boulder. Swept wide to Ian Alexander. And there goes Mehew. Anthony Barness, the Charlton defender. Alexander again. But Bumstead now can bring it away. Gets it up to Nelson. Nelson trying to find Walsh, but only succeeds in giving it back to David Mehew. Pardew with the header. And Stewart with a drive. And Boulder again had to make the save. Charlton allowed Marcus Stewart far too much time there on the edge of the box, and he got the shot in with his left foot, but again Bob Boulder was down quickly to save. Mehew. Taylor. Webster steps in. Now it's with Pitcher. Nelson the target. Gets the flick on, and there goes David Whyte in pursuit. And Whyte's done well. He's got away. He's got away from Yates. He's pulled it back. Skinner got in the way. Robert Lee with a drive. Oh, fine save, Brian Parkin. And a great effort from Robert Lee.
I'm looking over at the Charlton bench there, where there's Stevie Gritt, Jimmy Hendry, and about 6 players, and they've all jumped out of the bench there. You know, I must have been right behind that, thinking it was going in. But it's getting, I think it's getting encouraging, Steve, the way we're attacking them now. You know, defensively, they don't look very good at all.
Let's hope we can make something with this corner. The 5th of the afternoon for Charlton. Colin Walsh swings it in. And headed away there by Taylor. John Bumstead is the first man to it. Pardew with the flick on. Headed away once more. Pardew gets it back in. Now can Nelson turn? Nelson has turned. That would have drifted into the far post, but Parkin collected it well. Webster gets up and gets the flick on. And where might this end up? Nelson trying to turn, couldn't do so. And Reece there very calmly brings it out of defence for Bristol Rovers. And Barness gets it down the line, and it's still in play, and Robert Lee trying to get goal side of Maddison, and he's done so. He's whipped it in low. Now Whyte trying to turn. Lost his footing. Clark just did enough there for Rovers. Pounder taking on Darren Pitcher and getting away from Darren Pitcher. And now Tony Pounder making tracks on the left-hand side. He's gone inside Webster, he's gone inside Pitcher. With a shot. An excellent run by Tony Pounder, some 60 or 70 yards. Nelson with a good touch. Handball, surely, right in front of the referee. Well, here's Nelson instead. Always a good ball into Colin Walsh on the far side. Can he get the drive in? There's a good tackle coming in, but he's got it in towards David Whyte. Now Whyte's trying to turn. He can't do so. He's surrounded by Rovers players. He goes over. There's a loud appeal by Alan Pardew, but nothing doing. Walsh is away, and the linesman's flag stays down, so the ball's still in. He's chipped it in, looking for Nelson. Nelson appealing for handball, but clearly Clark took it on his chest, according to the referee. Bad ball though for Pardew. Nelson's onside. He's in here, Nelson. Can he get the strike on goal? Oh, it's a great save, and I thought Whyte was going to get in there. But Charlton's still in possession now. Walsh pulling it back for Lee. Pardew. And it won't run for Charlton, but here's Darren Pitcher. The drive took a deflection, and they can't get a foot on it, Charlton. And another good opportunity goes begging. Here's Pitcher getting it back to Walsh on his left foot. Get the cross in. It's a good ball into the far post. Webster's up. Webster's down, and it's there. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. There's a flag gone up. For what? I've no idea. Must have been offside. And Steve Gritt, Alan Fergusley, Scott Minto are up off the bench. They can't believe it. Simon Webster disgusted. So we've got a hold-up here at Twerton Park. A couple of police horses in the goal now.
I think Bob's in danger of being run down by a horse now.
And of course all this is going to do is inflame the passions both on and off the field. It's going to be a very tense last 20 minutes here at Twerton Park, although obviously substantial stoppage time due to be played. Good header from Balmer. Alexander gets it forward. Stewart cutting inside. Chance now. Oh, it's off the bar! And Mehew! And there it is! Bristol Rovers take the lead. It's David Mehew. Bob Boulder, I can tell you, is not that far outside the centre circle. And they're all forward at the far post. Balmer couldn't get to it. And Charlton can't get the ball down. Bumstead off the bar! And now Nelson, can he turn it back in? He can. Whyte! Yes! And it's over. Charlton are preparing a substitution, but I think it's too late. The linesman has been called in by referee Martin Feldman, and it's all over. It's all over here at Twerton Park. The final score, it's Bristol Rovers 1, Charlton Athletic 0, and Charlton's promotion dream dies here at Bath City in the West Country.
The defeat by Bristol Rovers shattered Charlton's promotion dreams for another season, with the Addicts winding up 7th in the 2nd Division table. Kenny Dalglish's Blackburn Rovers managed to beat Plymouth 3-1 to creep into the playoff zone by a whisker. This defeat sent the Pilgrims crashing to relegation with 48 points. Meanwhile, at the top of the table, former Charlton boss Lenny Lawrence managed to steer his new charges at Middlesbrough to an automatic promotion place alongside Ipswich Town. Steve Dixon caught up with Charlton managers Alan Kirbishley and Steve Gritt at Sparrows Lane and asked them for their thoughts on the season.
Gentlemen, I think the first thing to say on behalf of all Charlton fans is congratulations on a superb season. Starting with you, Alan, were the lads disappointed?
I think we was bitterly disappointed, really. I mean, we got so near, and everyone has said exactly the same thing as you, Steve. Well done, great season, but you know, once you get that near, I think, you know, it's very disappointing the way we tailed off at the end. There's obvious reasons for it, you know, the injuries and tiredness and whatever goes into it. But I think once you get that near and you've got Tranmere at home and Bristol Rovers away, you know, I was really expecting us to go in there and get into the playoffs. And I think that we might have done some damage in the playoffs. I think the teams that are in there wouldn't have fancied playing us over two legs. But it's not to be. But as you say, we're absolutely delighted with the way the season went for us. So we just have to make sure we can do the same next year.
Was it like a week too far after the Leicester game, which was a marvellous performance? Was it like a week too far, do you think?
Well, Steve?
I think the Tranmere game, or rather the Leicester game, we were on such a high, and I think we worked so hard in that game to get the result that I think the lads were so tired on the Tuesday by the time we came to play in Tranmere that I think that had an adverse effect on us. But I think also, as Alan says, that the injuries finally caught up with us on the Tuesday, and I think that had a big effect on the way we performed on the night. I was more disappointed after the Tranmere game than I was after Bristol, because you're looking to win the home game against Tranmere to give you a real chance of going up to Bristol. But it was a big disappointment, and as I said, I think that the Leicester game took so much out of us, and took so much out of the lads who had been struggling, that it was always going to be difficult, I thought, for the last two games.
But some magnificent memories over the season.
Yeah, some terrific memories. For me, I think the two that probably stand out in my mind are obviously the Newcastle game away, coming from 3-0 down there to beat them. I thought it was a terrific performance. And to beat Millwall, which I know will have pleased all of the supporters. Probably the one that they'll remember the most. I knew how much they wanted to win it, and I wanted to win it badly as well.